LinkedIn announcing that it cut almost 700 jobs, mostly from engineering roles, raising concerns that AI automation could threaten more jobs performed by humans. Joining us to discuss this and how to position yourself best against AI is Alan Guarino. He's a Korn Ferry vice chairman. This is real, and it's happening, and it's especially happening in the engineering world. Coders may very well be the first, I hate to say it, on the firing line here, Alan.
Andrew, you know, when you think about AI, and it's a hot topic in the world of work. When we think back to the Industrial Revolution, we've seen a lot of disruption in terms of how work gets done. And then we had the Internet revolution. Now we have the AI revolution. So, yes, this is going to challenge jobs where cognitive tasks are valued. Previously, often innovation challenged jobs where manual tasks were performed. So, yes, definitely engineers and various others will have to see this as a potential threat for displacement, or ideally a tool that will let them do higher order work better.
Right. But how do you decipher between higher order work and what that talent is? And the reason I ask is if you are in the coding business, for example, and ChatGPT can do a pretty extraordinary job of drafting, especially early code, which then can get tinkered with, if you will, afterwards. You know, you're a young coder, young engineer out of school. They're going to put you in the job. What you used to do was actually draft those, you know, that sort of first level of code before some of the more senior folks got in the door and started playing with it. How is that supposed to work? And if that level, and by the way, separately, if that level disappears, right, then you have the whole concept of how people work their way up the ladder, what apprenticeship looks like, and ultimately actually how smart and thoughtful the folks on the senior levels ultimately look like.
Those are all real dynamics. And the net of it is we're going to have to figure out a different way to develop people whose jobs may be displaced at lower levels of the workflow. So, for example, upskilling those junior coders faster through formalized training, replacing what used to be on-the-job training. So, you know, where there's a will, there's a way, and where there's a problem, there's always a way to address it. Statistically, about 19% of jobs are arguably threatened by or enhanced by the onset of AI in the workplace. That's pretty much the conventional research. So let's look at it another way. 81% of jobs are not threatened by this. I mean, manual task jobs, other than the robotics component of AI, are really not under the gun here. So over a period of time, yes, we're going to have to find ways to upskill people so that they can do higher order work faster. And quite frankly, that does all kinds of things like promote economic growth, efficiency. You know, I think back to the internet in the mid-90s. Remember when people actually printed out an email and then read it and then put it in their outbox for their administrative assistant to put it back in and email it out? It took about 9 years before people got to the point where they didn't actually over a period of time do that anymore. So these things enter the workplace, they're threatening, but they don't get adopted instantaneously. There's time to basically adjust.
Alan, want to have you back on the broadcast so we can continue this conversation, because I think that adjustment is the big question, how you adjust, what that's supposed to look like. Unfortunately, I don't think we all have the answers just yet, but I know you have some, and we look forward to talking to you again very, very soon. Thanks.